Well, here we go. I'm at the Chateau Elan Winery and Resort near Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm going to go to Mastermind meeting tomorrow. And the day after, we finish on Sunday, I think. Sunday afternoon, we have a cocktail party also at one of the trainers' house. But anyway, I'm staying at this absolutely beautiful resort. You can see it here. This is my room, by the way, as you might have guessed. Okay. You want to see me in the mirror? There I am with my miniskirt, ready to go out and explore this beautiful place. Okay, this is the hall. Quite impressive, isn't it? I'm going to go and have a look at their famous spa on the natural trail. I suppose now is a good moment to talk about what we want to achieve. What do you want to achieve in life? What is your main aim in life? Why are you here? Are you doing what you love to do? What you really want to do? I'm doing it. And so can you. It has nothing to do with luck. It's a matter of knowing what you want. Knowing what you want, and we will work on that in the next few days. First of all, you must know what you want, because otherwise you're like a ship that is on the ocean and you don't have directions because you don't know where you're going. So you can never get there, can you? Yeah, you must know what you want. And you must know exactly what you want. And the second, you have to believe that you can get it. You really have to believe that it is for you. It is what you want and that you deserve and can get it. So knowing what you want, believe that you can get it. And then take the action steps to actually get it. And if you are sure what you want, and if you really believe that it's for you and you can get it, you're good enough, you're ready, and I tell you, we are always ready. Always. So know what you want, believe you can get it, and then go out and get it. Go out and get it. Go out and get it. I saw Tony Robbins the other day, right? Last week in San Francisco. He came to the Expert Academy, which was an amazing event by itself. But of course, with Tony there, we were just 400 people, which is very unusual for him to come to a place, to a seminar that small. And he flew in especially. And he gave us all afternoon and early evening, so he was talking for about 5 hours. And he kept telling his story of struggle in the beginning of his career. And how he didn't have the money to go to the Jim Rohn workshop. And he asked Jim Rohn himself, he'd been to one of those evening events that were inexpensive. And he met Jim Rohn, and he said, I don't have the $1,200 that, you know, you are asking for your 2 or 3 day event. And Jim Rohn said, if you really want it, you will find that money. And Tony was a young kid, you know, still in college. And he didn't know how he could find that money. And he said, but you don't understand, Mr. Rohn. I want to work for you, and I will pay you the money off as we go along. And Jim Rohn said, no. And Tony said that he was quite cold. And he felt like he was, you know, pushing him away. No, young man, if you want to come, you find that money and pay. And he found the money. He learned so much that he went to this workshop, I think, 34 times, each time paying. Can you imagine that type of commitment? And as he was talking, as he was telling us what was, how his early days were and how much he wanted it, he kept saying, look for the pattern, look for the pattern. I'm not telling you these stories just for the fun of it. I'm telling you the stories because there's a pattern there. And then he told us a story how he started to do his own trainings. And he did his first trainings apparently in Canada. And he got quite a few people, and he did evening trainings. And then he wanted to do his first 2-day event. And he collected the money, and he put every penny that he'd ever made, I think he said $88,000, which in those days was a fortune. I mean, even today it's a lot of money, but in those days it was a fortune. So he put all his money into that venture, into that seminar. Hired the room, everything was prepared. And then the local authorities came and told him, Mr. Robbins, you don't have a work permit in Canada. So if you're going to go ahead with your workshop, we're going to arrest you. Oh my God, what now? And he kept telling us, look for the pattern, look for the pattern. And I was looking for the pattern. And what did he do then? He actually hired a couple of buses and had all his people driven from Canada across the American border and did his seminar right on the other side of the border. Of course, he made less money. And he said about 70–75% of the people actually went along. It was a 3-hour drive. Can you imagine? 3-hour drive? But he did it anyway. And that was the pattern that he was telling us to look out for. He did it anyway. He didn't stop because there was a challenge. He didn't stop because there was a problem. A problem that could have broken his financial neck, right? That would have discouraged most of us. No, he looked for a solution. And he found one. Not the perfect solution, but he found a solution. And with that solution, he was able to rescue his first seminar. His first weekend seminar. How much do you do to get what you want in life? Are you willing to burn your bridges behind you like he did? Spend the last penny? The last penny? Are you willing to do that? Give it some thought. So nice here, but they're making so much noise. You see, normally this would be really quiet and relaxed, but they're refurbishing something here at the spa, so they're making lots and lots of noise, and they destroy this beautiful setting. That's a shame.